school football season is right around the corner, and today we're getting an early look at what to expect from the Taylor Titans in 2024. Hey guys, I'm Jay Stevens from the Kokomo Post, and we're here today with Coach Rob Patchett, who is now taking over the football program here at Taylor High School. We talked earlier this offseason, actually talked a little bit here at practice today as well. How do you feel about your team right now?
You know what, I'm excited. We're a team that has a great deal of potential. We got a lot of guys that can run, and the culture has changed a little bit. I think they're starting to believe a little bit. Now, having said that, we still have a lot of work to do, and we have a really good schedule. But I can't imagine we're going to play any team that has better athletes than we do. But we got to get a little bit better at just playing football. I mean, we can run, we can do all those things, but we're still learning to do football the right way. But we've come a long way in the last few weeks, and you know, I'm a competitor. So, you know, I had a guy ask me the other day, how many games are you going to win? I'm like, I think we're going to win every game.
Yeah,
I mean, if you know, Coach Hepp said years ago that, you know, if you think you're going to win or you think you're going to lose, you're probably right. So we're going to go in, and I'm going to go into every game thinking we're going to win. So I'm looking forward to these things, and I think the future is bright here at Taylor High School.
One thing that we got to hear today when we sat in on the film session at the end of practice was talking about a new era starting, and the players responded well. They are listening, and they're in tune to what you're preaching during the film session. But with that new era starting may bring a little nerves, may bring a little anticipation as well. What kind of feeling do you get from the players about you talking about a new era starting here at Taylor High School?
Well, I mean, a new era, one is I'm really big into believing in yourself,
yeah.
and I think we become what we think we are. That doesn't mean we're not going to make mistakes.
Right.
It doesn't mean we're not going to have nerves, and this is all a learning process. But the more we do that and the more we believe in ourselves, the better opportunity we're going to have to be a really good football team. You know, I've never been on any championship teams, and I've been fortunate to be a part of a lot of them where the kids didn't believe. And these kids, I think, are beginning to believe. I don't know if they're completely sold yet, but they certainly are doing it. They're doing things differently than they have before. They're doing things better on a weekly basis. You know, football practice is getting better every day. The way they're reacting to practice, their hustle in practice, the way we move from segment to segment is getting better. But sometimes kids just don't know what they don't know.
Right.
And so there's a lot of things. I mean, you were out practice today. We practice celebrating. Mm-hmm. And so that's a big deal. Because, you know, we want to practice celebration because we plan on scoring a lot. And so that's not necessarily been something that they've done here in the past couple of years. A lot is score. So, you know, we're planning on scoring a lot. We're trying to change the culture. We're trying to believe. We're trying to get that self-confidence. And you know, it's still high school football. And not always the biggest and best teams win, but the teams that play the hardest and have the most confidence, make the fewest mistakes, those are the teams that win, and that's where we're trying to get to.
Who are some of the guys this year that'll be pivotal to Taylor having a successful season?
Well, I think the season's got to start with Javionne. Javionne's our returning quarterback. He's a great athlete. I think he's a Division I athlete. I'm not sure he's a Division I quarterback yet, but I think he could be. And so a lot of the things we do on offense are going to revolve around him, and the things that I do as an offensive coach revolve around the quarterback in general. So Javionne is getting more and more consistent. He's getting more and more confident, and as he gains that confidence, I'm trying to give him a little bit more tools to use in the game and some more ownership in what we're doing. Having said that, Britten Dillon is probably our best offensive and defensive lineman. If Britten walked out here, you probably thought he was a running back, but he's a tough kid. He's strong. He plays hard. He plays fast. He's physical. So he does a fabulous job. And then, of course, Jalyn Wooten is our running back. He's also our backup quarterback. And Jalyn also is a college-level athlete. You know, and so, and I tell him all the time, you know, in practice, I use that as a motivator. You think you're a college athlete, or are you working hard enough to be a college athlete today? But Jalen's a student of the game. Jalyn also is probably number one on texting me, asking me questions about different things. But he's going to be a great leader. He's going to be a great football player for us too. And then we got Dre McClatchy, who came out this year. Dre's been fantastic in practice on defense. And some of that, I mean, he's got a tough go in practice because he's against Keyshawn every day. And Keyshawn, who's also a basketball player, I didn't think Keyshawn was going to play. He showed up one day and he's been fabulous ever since. And then I found out he was named after Keyshawn Johnson. Mm-hmm. So football is a natural for him. And so we got a lot of guys. Owen Collins is going to be a really good player. He's a returner. Dylan Underwood. And the fantastic thing about this team, if you're looking for the future, is we've only got really 5 seniors. And so most of those guys out there playing are sophomores and juniors. And they're only going to get bigger and stronger and more confident in what they're doing. And so, again, I mean, that bodes well for our future. You were in when we were doing film. And as I've told the seniors, your job is to build the foundation. I don't know if you're going to be part of as much success as those next groups, but you can certainly set the foundation, help change the culture now, and that's what we're trying to do.
Rob, thank you for your time.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
As we continue our preview of the Taylor Titans 2024 football season, we're joined now by 3 players on the football team, Jalyn Wooten, Javionne Harris, and Britten Dillon. I've been trying to get the names right before we started this thing, so I'm glad we got it going today. Jalyn, playing both sides of the ball, playing running back this year, maybe a little receiver. All of that with playing both sides of the ball and a big part of the offense. Summer conditioning is very important. How has summer conditioning been for you this year?
Summer conditioning has been very aggressive at the end of practice, especially. Coach Patchett is not light on that at all, so we're definitely getting that work in.
Javionne, you're up next. If you could just pass that mic down the line. Coach Rob is different. He's a new coach. He's done a lot of things, and being able to sit in today on the film session, doing a lot of things that are basics. How has him focusing on the basics of football helped you prepare for the season?
Man, he showed me a lot of things I didn't know from last season. I came out here throwing. I'm making better throws this year. My arm feels way better. He's just shown me a lot of things, ways to improve in my game. I'm happy for him to come to Taylor. The season to start. It's going to be good this year.
Britten, you're up next. One thing we know about guys in their alignment, they have a tough job, but also their job is very, very important. How are you approaching this year, playing both sides of the ball, but you being, really, if the line doesn't do their job, it's going to be hard to win the games. How do you prepare yourself this year for the season, being a part of the line?
Practice. I practice hard. I try to get them to practice hard, and just the fundamentals. We just got to listen to Patchett. He's a good line coach. We just got to be more physical and listen to him, take it step by step. But
I love Coach Patchett. I love him allowing us to sit in today, not only on practice, but also on the film session as well. And I appreciate these 3 guys coming on the preview. And guys, get out to watch Taylor football this year. It'll be a lot of fun to watch them play.